how to get more value for your home and what you need to do to prep it for sale. One of the most important things before you list your home is to make sure that the professional photography is ready to be taken and you get the most value that you can, even with the smallest amount of touches. Hi, I'm Sydney, and this is Susan, the Real McCoy Team with your Home Sale Guaranteed Realty. And today, Sue is going to go through exactly what you need to do to get your home ready to hit the market and to make sure that you get the most money in your pocket. Sue's created this wonderful thing called the honey-do list. So Sue, tell us about the list, tell us what we need to do, and let's get into it.
Okay, first of all, first impressions in real estate are everything. Okay, a buyer's going to know pretty much if they want your home or not by the time they walk to their front door. So it's really important to have everything in tip-top shape. I know we all live in our homes and we get used to certain things, but unfortunately, selling is the best one to fix everything up that you've been thinking about doing. So we do come in professional photography, and the less cluttered the house is, the more spacious it's going to look. Nobody wants to see your stuff. I mean, it's true. Nobody wants to see it because when they're looking at it, not only do they get distracted, but they get the feeling that they have to clean it. And that's true, by the way, with painting and everything else. A lot of sellers go, well, the next buyer is going to do their own thing. And they will. Mm-hmm. For the most part, they'll make the house their own style, their own taste. But nobody wants to, buy a home for the most part. Certainly, they sell, but it will affect your value. They don't want to, buy a home that they feel like, it's got to be cleaned and there's so much stuff in it. It just becomes very, very overwhelming. So one of the most important things, I believe, is the kitchen. Obviously, you have a great kitchen. Like this kitchen, I don't mean to brag, but it is a spectacular kitchen. But even if it's not, just make it look as big as possible. If you can get everything off the counter, that would be perfect. Okay, knickknacks and stuff, put them away. I know it's your home, but now this home isn't really yours anymore because you're marketing it to the general public. And put away stuff. You're going to pack it anyway, so it's a good time to donate, pack.
Right, and depersonalize as much as it as amazing as it is to have so many memories in the home and wanting to share them. It actually turns off potential home buyers because they can't imagine themselves there. So we always encourage our home sellers to depersonalize their home and put pictures away or anything that could potentially, if a buyer see your home as your home, it's really difficult for them to see their home. So that's something that I also recommend
and
do as well.
Like I mentioned before, it's distracting.
Yeah.
We start looking at your family photos and, you went on vacation here, you did this. Not necessary. You want to sell your home, you want to get top dollar. So kitchen, really, really important. I clean it the best you can. If you can get professional cleaners, that's wonderful. If you can't, stainless steel, all the fingerprints, cabinets, fingerprints. Now is the time to do a deep clean and just get it ready for the market. Like I said, kitchen is number one. And if there's any odors, because I have dogs, my house always smells like dogs, even when the dogs are clean. I don't know why, but yeah. It's not the best smell. Cigarette smoke, very rare that I even see that anymore. I mean, back 100 years ago, everybody smoked. If you do smoke, smoke outside because that is a deal killer.
Right.
And you know what? You can go on Google and find, something that makes your house smell nice. I've seen people, boil, apples. I don't know, witches, no, I'm teasing. And cinnamon, there's a whole bunch of things you could do to make your house smell enticing. If there is an odor in the house, there's a very good chance that house is not only going to not sell quickly, but buyers are going to hold back because of it. So very, very important how it smells.
Okay, everyone. So to recap, in your kitchen, remove everything off the counters, remove everything from the tables. There should be no dishes in the sink. No animal bowls or animal toys lying around, no litter boxes, nothing on the floor, and the garbage cans should be out of sight. Sue, talk to me about the living room.
The living room, make it as spacious as possible. I know a lot of people have collected grandma's tables, and I'm one of them. and we've got, 75 different coffee tables that don't match. This is not the time for that. This should not look like an antique store unless they're real antiques, and that is the style of your home. But when stuff is mismatched and crowded, that works against you. So if you've got all these little extra tables with, I have to say, crap on it, is a good time to get rid of it. You want to make these rooms look as big as possible.
Great. So recap for living room. Nothing on the coffee table except nice decorations. Nothing extra on the floor except the furniture. Magazines and papers put away, and limit the amount of framed pictures, but do your best really here to depersonalize. Sue, talk to me about bathrooms.
Bathrooms are very, very important, just like kitchens. Even if your bathroom is dated, there's no reason why it can't be clean. I've seen houses with original tile from the 30s, 40s, and 50s. If it's in good shape, it's okay. Of course, people prefer brand new, but we're not going to put brand new bathrooms into sell our home. You could have it professionally cleaned. You can clean it yourself. And if they're in tip-top shape, people might say, well, you know what? Eventually we'll redo the bathroom. But the bathroom, the way it is, we can use the bathroom. It's not something we need to do today. Clean it the best you can. If you have any mold or mildew, there's something out there, and it's called bleach. Believe it or not, and bleach solves a lot of the world's problems. You get a spray bottle, spray it down. I don't know why Sydney's looking at me so strangely, but bleach, it's wonderful. So nobody wants to see black mold, and just clean it up. Toilets obviously should be clean. If you get a new toilet seat, they're $8. You go on Amazon, you can probably get it cheaper than that. New shower curtain. If it's an old shower curtain, they get moldy, they get stained. Once again, for $5. Amazon, you get some new clips. You make it look beautiful. When people come, you don't have to put a candle on. Not everybody wants to do that. I think a candle is a nice touch in the bathroom. Make sure, once again, like the rest of the house, it's not stinky. Nobody likes stinky.
No stinky.
No stinky. So as long as it's fresh and it's clean, and people can see themselves using the bathroom as it is, it's okay.
So to recap, bathroom, shower curtain closed and clean. So maybe purchase a new one. The glass door should be clean. The toilet seat should always be down. Personal items put away. No wet towels on the floor. No dirty clothes on the floor. And empty the garbage can.
Can, yes. Please.
All right,
English.
let's talk bedrooms.
Bedrooms. Set the beds. If you can, I would never tell people to spend a lot of money, but these are things that are so inexpensive. If your comforters are old and, it's got lost in space from the 60s, it was a wonderful time and a wonderful show, but it shows that it's old. For $20, you can get new comforters, new pillows, new pillowcases. It will just look fresh. Make sure there's no clothes hanging out of the drawers. Once again, if there's mismatched furniture. Yeah. I've seen people where their tile wall, there's 3 different types of dresses. Don't do it, because it'll make the room look small. And once again, people walk in, it feels tight, and nobody wants to clean other people's stuff, even though logically they're not going to clean it. If you can, it's probably old fashioned. I don't think they call them anymore, but like even the top of the night tables, we used to call them doilies. I'm sure you go to Home Goods or Amazon, you pick up a little, just something cute. You put it on. It could be white. Just put it underneath the lamp. Get rid of all the other stuff on there. If you have an alarm clock from the 80s and 90s, you know what? You could leave it, but if it's loaded with dust because it's so old, throw it under the bed when people come.
Yeah. So to recap, bedrooms. The bed must be made. Limit the amount of personal items on the dressers and night tables, aka depersonalize. No clothes on the floor. Dirty clothes should be in the hamper and put away. Make sure that there's nothing on the floor, and once again, empty the garbage cans. Now, what about the backyards?
Backyards. Okay, this is my pet peeve. I have to be honest.
Okay, tell us.
I've always liked houses with beautiful yards. I can't, and like I say, I can't stand. I don't like when I go to a beautiful house and the backyard looks like Sanford and Son's junkyard.
Oh.
And that is also a show from the 70s or 80s. So I will always date myself, but these are my reference points. And if you know what I'm talking about, he lived in a junkyard. That was his business. You go outside and they have a mishmash of, kids' toys and swings and, pool equipment thrown all over the place. And the grass has got all spots from Fido. And this is the time, if you can, to clean it up, get a landscaper in, trim everything back. I mean, the lawn doesn't have to be perfect, but even if it's got the dead spots from the dog pee, you can still, rake it up and, make it look neat. Get rid of all the debris. If you've got stuff behind sheds that's popping out, just clean it up. You know what? Yards have become so popular. That's one of the pluses of living in suburbia, I suppose. Is backyards and beautiful properties certainly help sell a house. If this is the springtime, winter can certainly be cleaned. You don't have to go overboard. Obviously, you're not going to put plants outside, but in the spring, you get a couple of cheap plants in small pots, dress it up a little bit. Those plants and the colors go a long way. Very, very important.
So to recap, backyard, make sure there's no toys on the lawn. Anything on the lawn that isn't nice or part of the decor should be put away. No tools, mowers, leaf blowers should be visible in the yard. Make sure you clean up after Fido and it should look pristine. Sue, is there anything else you want to add for your honey-do list? Things that would be helpful for them to know in prepping their home for...
Yes.
Okay, let's hear it, Sue.
Light bulbs. Another thing that drives me nuts. If your light bulbs are out, please put new light bulbs in. Mm-hmm. You go into a house, there's a fan, it's got 3 lights, 1 is out. You've got the regular, the mounted lights, something's out, and it shows dark when you turn the light on. Fans, by the way, I want to throw that in there. The fan blades get disgusting. Mm-hmm. Very easy to clean. You could throw a pillow over them and just use the pillow. All the dust gets on the inside. That is right from Google. But when you turn those lights on and the fan, you see the fan and there's like years worth of, just grungy dust. Believe me, it happens to everybody. Good time to clean that. So definitely change the light bulbs if you can, or add the light bulbs if you have a choice. Soft light is better than the daylight, which is the bright blue. It's almost got a fluorescent look about it. I don't think it's a nice look. Go to softer light, and I think it's called soft white or something like that, but not the daylight bulbs because those are really bright. And any other, old cars and whatnot on the lawn, hopefully most people don't have them, but there are still quite a few homes out there that do have the old boat or the old car. I'm not sure why, but it doesn't make for a very pretty look.
Right.
Yes.
So we're not expecting your home to be HGTV ready, but these little things that you can do to get your home ready for sale will make a huge difference when buyers are walking through. We've seen it before, and that tiny investment that you can make into your home prior to selling is going to result in a lot more in your pocket. Now, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us at 516-802-9972, or if anything didn't make sense and you have more questions or comments or concerns, or you're just ready for your free home evaluation, feel free to reach out. We look forward to working with you, and that's all.
Answering your questions.
Yes. See ya.
Bye.